Hello and welcome to Getting It Right, the Antiques game show where it's pretty easy to get it wrong, but nobody cares because everybody can play along, including you at home. So keep a record of your scores and tell us if you beat today's contestants. It isn't usually that difficult, is it, David? No. Okay. And keep watching because towards the end of the show, there's a specific question for you at home, wherever you live in the world. If you get this question right, and it's going to be easy, it's going to be based on one of the objects that we look at today, you may well win something money just cannot buy. Oh yes. Oh yes, it's a Getting It Right mug that is going to be signed by David Elstob, me, and our contestants today. It will be the only one in the world. Probably a good thing. So, if you get the question right, whether you want it or not, we're posting it to you, so keep watching. So the rules are very simple. I'll explain them as we go. So let's meet today's contestants. So first of all, we have Susan. Tell us about you, Susan.
I'm Susan Hutchinson. I'm 61. I was born in the summer, so I'm a Cancerian, and I'm now retired.
Wonderful. I'm a Cancerian. Kind, caring, considerate, great people to be with. I'm sure Les is agreeing. What do you do for fun?
I like anything arty, creative, DIY, building work, cement. Apparently I'm really good at pointing.
Right.
As in, can you do that? Can you do that? And can you move that there?
Okay, very good. And what about work? What do you do?
Retired now, but I was director with an IT organisation, and my part of it was we were in the searching for people that didn't really want to be found.
Right, okay, sounds very interesting. Probably like most of the contestants on this show, I'd guess. By the way, if you want to be a contestant on this show, put some comments down below, we'll be in touch. Now then, Les, tell us about you.
My name's Billy, and I'm 18.
Looking good for 18.
I'm Les Hutchinson, 74, Capricorn, interests golf, tennis, hang gliding, snooker.
Right, okay, in that order?
No.
Okay.
Not since the accident.
Oh, right. Is it something we can share with the public on YouTube? No. Okay. Is that why you're holding the dog in a...
Correct.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I can't move this hand.
You know, we choose our contestants very carefully, don't we, David?
We do.
We choose them for their special attributes.
Thank
now,
you.
a Cancerian and a Capricorn.
Yes.
Okay, how is this dynamic? Does it work well?
We're both competitive.
Yes.
Right, competitive.
Yes, I threw a croquet stick at wifey.
Right.
She thinks I did, but I was aiming for the garage. Too competitive, and we had to stop for a while.
But I did have it on CCTV, so I could actually prove I'd won the point.
Brilliant.
And I did.
And you're going to have this on video as well. So whatever happens, keep watching because this is going to be spicy. You've got the proof. Okay, are you raring to go? So you're competitive,
Yeah,
you really
absolutely.
want to beat one another?
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Good. That's what we like to... You haven't actually introduced Doggy.
Oh, yeah, this is Billy. She's
That is
18.
Billy.
Yes.
It's Billy Wiz.
Billy Wiz. Hello, Billy. Okay, well, Rosie, I think, will come and go. She's asleep down there at the moment, but she might come and see us. Right, that's our contestants. Let's meet our resident antiques expert. He knows everything, according to him. But what he says goes. David Elstob, good to see you. Give him a round of applause. He asked me to ask people to give him a round of applause.
It's good for the ego.
It is.
That's great.
Good to see you here at Elstob Elstob Auctioneers.
It's just like Hollywood, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's Elstob Studios. Yeah. Right, are we ready to play
We're ready.
round one? Here comes round one. Right, here we go. Object number one, glamorous assistant, enter. And I'd like you, please, to give this to Susan.
Oh, wow.
Wow, indeed.
Oh, wow.
Okay, rules here are this. Susan, this is all about you. Les cannot get involved. What I want you to do is tell us everything you think you might know about this object. Where was it made? Who made it? What was it for?
Well, it's not something I'd want to take home.
Charming. We choose these objects very carefully.
I think from watching an awful lot of TV antique shows, I'm guessing it's Majolica. Possibly is it Sunderland that they come up with quite often on this. It's colourful. I have a little cherub holding up, I think it's supposed to be a shell. Something to put your fruit in or your nuts. If you've got nuts big enough.
Was that aimed at Les?
Yeah, it looks a bit sort of Victorian. It's a bit fussy, isn't it?
So what date is it?
Oh,
Give us a year.
probably 1890s, I would just sort of guess.
Okay, so it's Victorian, it's 1890s. You called it Majolica,
I think that's the name, yeah.
and you wouldn't take it home.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, pass it over to Les. Can you handle that, Les?
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
Oh,
Tell us.
quite heavy.
what did Susan get right? What did she get wrong?
Majolica style, 1900-1910, in my opinion. You don't want a value yet, I don't
yet.
think. No. It's a yesterday's antique, there's no doubt about that. A few years ago, 20, 30 years ago, would have been good money. To me, if it could speak, it wouldn't say too much.
Okay, hold it nice and still there, Les. Just nice enough so we can get a good look at it. The dog's looking as well.
Yeah.
Let's have a final look. That's good. So you both agree that it's Majolica. The date you agree on.
Yeah, I'm a bit later, 1900, 1910.
Okay, hold that thought. David Elstob.
Yeah.
Tell us
Both
exactly.
They both said quite a lot.
Yeah. Have they said anything that's correct?
No, not really.
Okay. This is going to be good then, isn't it?
I mean, you both got Majolica, which is correct.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where you got Sunderland from. I think it's continental, that one's probably French or Portuguese. English ones tended to be made by people like Corport or Minton or George Jones, and they would be marked. Date-wise, 1870, 1880, that area, so you're both a little bit late. You said it was a cherub on there, and you referred to kind of the gaudiness of the decoration. But not too many points there.
Okay, give us some points.
Yesterday's antique.
Well,
yeah, bear that in mind. Is it yesterday's antique?
well, depends.
Who's going to win?
Depends on the American market, really, for Majolica, but
And what was it used for, David?
it's compote again. Put your nuts in.
Put your nuts in. Well, either very large ones or
Should have
plenty
a
of
point
them.
for that.
Okay, you know, I think you might have watched this show before. There are no rules. David Elstob can give points for it. Are you going to give points for the nut remark or what?
Yeah, it's because it made me laugh.
Okay, so Les, how many points for Les?
One.
What for?
Majolica. The rest of it was just waffle.
Oh! Hang
Knows
on,
me, that's why.
hang on a minute. Is this normal, Susan, for Les just to waffle?
Total waffle. Absolutely. Doesn't stop.
But he's been getting away with it for years, I'm assuming.
And he still gets away with it.
Okay, but he hasn't today because he's only got 1 point. Right, Susan, how many points?
3.
3 points?
Yes.
How did that happen?
The £10 changes hands.
Explain, please.
Well, nuts.
He likes them, yeah.
Nuts, Majolica, and the way you described the cherub and the gaudiness of the decoration.
Okay.
I was close with the date though.
You were close, but not close enough.
Okay,
Correct.
3 points. Okay, sum up then. 3 points for Susan, 1 point for Les. Les, this is, you can claw back something here. Now then, it's all about value.
Value.
So you will know exactly what it is. You need to take your card and your pen, both of you. Shall I help you there, Susan? There you go. And hold your cards up and write your answers down. One figure. What is this Majolica comport worth? Have a go at home. Tell us if you get closer to David's true valuation. Are you both ready?
Nearly.
One figure. She's writing one figure or another one in an attempt to woo David Elstob, which she's doing pretty well, I think, to get another point. That isn't going to work.
No. Okay.
Okay. Ready? Les?
£64.
£64, very precise. Where did that come from? I don't know where he does his shopping. So,
Well, I reckon I wouldn't give it out through, but £80, or as you said, the American market, I'd go $100.
Oh, that's where she's definitely going for extra points. David,
Yeah.
what is it worth?
Well, I just don't feel we can hand any points out really in this one.
He's so cruel. Why?
Well, I put 250.
Yeah, but the person who gets... we can make it up as we go, but don't you think you get...
It makes a mockery of the system.
But it's the system.
He's so pedantic.
It's the
You can't just change the figures, Les.
Right, okay. I've got the rules.
Sue
yet.
got
Sue's the
point.
closest.
Are you going to give her a point?
Absolutely.
You are going to give her a point.
Yeah.
Right.
And the American market.
Tragedy strikes again.
Right.
Like
Okay.
her, he doesn't like me.
I really don't know what the future is for that show. What are you doing in yet glamorous assistant?
Take a point off her.
Please,
If I can get it for 64, I'll have it.
looks like it's being sold. Right. Okay. Summer. This is going to take about 4 hours. Right. So we have Les on 1 point, doing pretty miserably, but we have Susan on 4. Big round of applause. And can we now have our glamorous assistant? Yes, thank you. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Let's play round 2. And here we are, back for round 2. Les, this is
No.
all...
Sorry.
Oh,
Blue one first.
yeah.
please.
Yeah, we are having problems with our glamorous assistant at the moment. Like, she can't work out what to bring. Here she comes. Les, this is all about you. Susan cannot speak. Take hold of this
Please
vase.
be careful with it.
Yes.
Oh, that's a bit of a tip, isn't it? Please be careful with it.
Yes.
Les, I want you to speak as you think.
You sure that's wise?
That's how I did
That's what I'm hoping for.
I like it. It's blue. It is a shade of probably a magnificent lamp.
My lord.
It's French. There's no doubt about that.
Why? Why is it no doubt about that?
I think it's the colour, the texture, the design. It is a very nice and quite an expensive object.
Is this the waffle moment you referred to?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm dead on with this one this time.
Date-wise, Les, how old is it?
It is late 1800s. As I say, it's French. Lalique in style, possibly.
Is that...
It's a lovely object.
You like it? Would you take that home with you?
Yes. Yes, I will.
Okay, hold that thought. I think the audience are looking relatively impressed actually there. Hold that thought and please pass the blue glass over to Susan.
I'll just swap
Please
the
put
dogs.
down the dog.
Don't drop it.
Right, Susan.
I think this is beautiful. I'm even going to put my glasses on again. This is beautiful. It's not a lampshade because it has a base. It's got, I do think it's French. It's got the little fishes on there. Absolutely beautifully iridescent glass. Lalique, or is it Sabine? Sabine?
Okay, when was it made?
I would think around about 1920.
Okay, and where?
I think it's French.
Okay, so sort of an agreement there. David, have you made some notes? Okay, hold that thought. David Elstob, tell us what it is and award some points for correct information.
Well, if they'd have looked at the base clearly, they'd have seen it's by Lalique.
Let's have a look at
Oh
that.
yes, there's a...
Yeah.
Hold it steady there, hold it nice and steady.
Turn it so you can see it on the camera.
So it is 1920s, a piece made during his lifetime. So, you know, height of Art Deco, blue stained glass moulded with fish, obviously made in France, not a light shade.
Well, I'm shocked.
Not a,
A
no,
light shade.
now, David, when you say made in his lifetime, give us a top tip. How do we know when Lalique is made in his lifetime?
The way they're signed. I mean, this is signed on the bottom, R. Lalique. The later pieces are just signed Lalique.
So top tip at home, if you have a piece of La Ligue, if it's signed R La Ligue, it predates 1945 because when René La Ligue died in 45, they dropped the R. Okay, so it's an R La Ligue piece.
R La Ligue.
Okay, special thing that. Award some points for correct information, David.
Okay.
It's not looking good.
No, it's not good, Les.
No, I thought
I mean, I gave you 2. there.
2. That's
What
two.
did you give Les 2 for?
Well, there was a mention of the league,
Yeah.
Okay,
and then I think you said France as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, 2 points for Les. And what about Sue?
La Ligue again was mentioned. I give you a point just for pointing out that it's not a light shirt. And you were date. You said I think you said the 20s.
1920s.
How many points?
3 points.
3 points. Okay, at the end of that we have Les on 3 and we have Susan on 7. Give her a round of applause.
Well done, Susan.
I think with my glasses on now, if I hold it at a distance,
too late.
I can just see that.
Yeah, you've won the point.
Yeah, you
Sue.
won.
I mean, you can't win another point. Right, well, jolly good. So Sue is well and truly in the lead, but Les, this is your opportunity, if you can do it, to claw back a point. So, what is this La Ligue bowl worth? So take your cards and your pen.
Yes.
And shall I take the... we'll have our glamorous assistant come in. Thank you very
I
much.
think somebody ought to, yes. I think that's a nice, valuable
She's
piece.
very well trained.
Stop it. Be here.
Right, write your prices down. One figure.
René La Ligue.
It is a René La Ligue, made in his lifetime. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Hold your cards up like this, so we can see them. Oh, we go that way then if you like. How much is that? 2,500 from Sue. 275.
Yes.
Wow. David,
Les takes the point.
does he?
£1,000.
£1,000. Give Les a round of applause.
Well done, Les.
You know, it's great, isn't it?
Coming back.
You get rounds of applause and points for getting it completely wrong on this programme. That's what it's called. Getting it right, you get it wrong, you get a point. 1 point to Les. Okay, so at the end of that round, we have Les on 4, but we have Sue still romping away on 7 points. Well done. Round of applause. Right, come back for round 3. It's history and tea. And welcome back. This is the history round and it's tea time for Les and Susan. So grab yourselves a nice cup of tea, settle back. Let's talk about history because, you know, when you study antiques, you learn about history. And when you study history, you learn about our past. And the past is in our DNA. We can learn a lot from history. And we get everything from history, including sayings. I wrote about this in my book, you know, David. Did I mention I've
wrote a book?
Did I mention I've wrote a book?
No,
yeah,
no.
they're going home with a book, and you might win a book as well. I'm going to throw a book in with the cup. I forgot about that. Anyway, history, fascinating. Here we go, sayings. There is a saying that we all use on a regular basis, and that is laughing your head off. You've heard of the saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, laughing your head off. Something that this lot haven't been doing very much of today. You use it in today's
Yes.
terminology.
Yes.
Do you know where it comes from?
Yes.
You do. Well,
Yes.
that's my job to tell that story, Les.
Oh, that's right.
He won't really, he's just saying that. So for you at home, I'm going to tell you where the saying comes from. And it's fascinating because you can date this saying, laughing your head off, to the 9th of April, 1747. Am I correct, Les?
Absolutely dead on.
Thank you very much. And it traces itself back to an execution, a famous execution of a very famous, or rather infamous man called Lord Simon Fraser. He was a Scotsman, and he was known as a hateful character. He was one of these celebrities that everybody loved to hate. Very famous, very rich. Everyone hated him, including his wife. You might relate to this. His family, his friends, and in particular his servants, because he was a beastly person. And in 1745, during the Jacobite rebellions, the Georgian period, Lord Simon Fraser, chief of the clan Fraser, just for fun, because this was the kind of guy he was, he insisted that his son fought on the side of the Jacobites whilst he fought for George, because he just thought, this is really entertaining. King George discovered his duplicity, dragged him back to London, put him on trial for treason. He was found guilty and sentenced to death. Well, London became alive. This was a great day out. There was no TV, no YouTube, no getting it right. There was nothing to do apart from going to a good execution. They loved it, children and all. People would take their knitting, there'd be fairs, celebrations, drunken behaviour, great event. Thousands of people, try and show some interest, Les, if you can. Thousands of people turned up to watch the event. So many, in fact, that the authorities had to build a scaffolding system around the stage where Simon Fraser was going to have his head chopped off. And only the very rich could afford to buy the seats to watch close quarters the event. So scaffolding system, 3-4 tiers tall, people climbing up the wooden scaffolding to get a good view. Simon Fraser is brought onto the platform. As he puts his head on the chopping block and the axeman is about to do his work, the audience stand up and they all lean over to get a better view. As they do it, the scaffolding creaks and within a moment it implodes on itself and dozens of people come tumbling down to the ground in a pile of bodies. Death, injuries, blood all over the place, complete mayhem. This happened in front of Simon Fraser. Lord, love it. What did he do? He found this absolutely hilarious. This was a great day out for Simon Fraser. He burst into uncontrollable laughter. He was crying his eyes out because this was the best day out of his life. The authorities dragged all the bodies away, got everybody under control, put Simon Fraser's head on the block, and as the axe came down and lopped his head off, Simon Fraser, Lord Lovett, chief of the clan Fraser, literally laughed his head off. 9th of April 1747. Now, your history question is this. The Georgian period dates between 1714 and 1830. There are 4 King Georges. This event in 1747 took place under which George? King George I, 2nd, 3rd or 4th? Take your cards and your pens. Close your eyes, you two.
The dates again?
1747, the Georgian period.
Manipulate the audience.
I'm getting nothing from the audience.
Audience, as a show of fingers.
Who do you like best?
My pen's not working.
Okay, have you got your answer? Okay, Les, have you got your answer?
Yes, I have.
Hold your
David.
cards this way,
I'm doing it this way.
this way. And which George was on the throne? The 3rd, the mad one, the 2nd. Okay, round of applause for Les. It was King George II.
2 points. David,
Don't try.
2 points.
2 points. Let's see how you're doing. Yeah, I'm going to give him 2 points. I'm
Well
going to give
done,
Les
yeah.
2 points. Give him another round of applause.
I've got them back, David. I've got them back.
Oh yeah,
He's furious.
he's winning the audience over. So at the end of that round, then we have Les on 6, but we still have Susan way out in front on 7. Give him a round of applause. Right, how are you doing at home? Put your comments down below. Next round and final round is the David Elstob Expert Round.
Oh.
Right, are you prepared?
Always.
You're prepared. Right, welcome back. This is the David Elstob Antiques Expert Round. David, shall we bring in your object?
Let's do it.
Okay, glamorous assistant, where are you? Oh, what are you doing coming from round there? Right, okay, come on in. Now, hand it to the contestants, please. Thank you very much. That's it. Thank you. Right, in this round, it's a shared round. So you can both examine the piece. You can wonder about it, talk about it. David Elstob is going to tell you exactly what it is, and then he's going to ask you a question. Over to you, David.
Yeah, I'm not going to give too much away on this one, other than it's silver, it's Georgian, it's probably going to be 1760s, 1770s, and it's by quite a collectible female silversmith called Hester Bateman. Her work is generally overvalued. Her work isn't fabulous at all, but she's just very collectible. That's as much as you're getting from me. What I want is 2 points up for grabs this time. I want to know what it is, and I want to know the value.
Right. Well, it's obviously
Hold that thought, guys. Hold that thought. Okay, so can we pass it to Sue? Let Sue have a look at it while you give us your thoughts, Les.
Well, it's obviously a marrow extractor
Yes.
for bones, for the sweetness and the flavour of the marrow. It's got a motif on it, letter A. That sometimes can take the value away from a piece. I understand. It's my understanding. It depends who's selling it, I suppose.
Okay, we don't want a value yet. I think that's maybe the question, is it, David?
Yeah.
Because I think Les has been a bit too good there, don't
He's
you think?
just been a bit
Has he,
premature.
has he just kind of thrown you a little?
Another mark off. Too good, too good.
He's definitely losing a mark.
Take a
for-
point.
I haven't finished yet.
Basically, losing a mark for being a clever ass. Is that what we're doing? Yeah.
But I haven't finished yet. The hallmarks are well rubbed. I can't understand. I can't get the dates too much.
Is he trying to get in your seat or something?
But if it's
Give him a
Chester,
job. Give him a job.
I think it's is it Chester, my sweet?
My glasses are
Okay,
not
Sue,
good.
over to you. What are your thoughts? Is Les correct? Is he always correct?
He always
Yes.
tells me he's correct. Yes, I'd agree it's a marrow scoop. You can use both ends of this too. So double-ended. My glasses aren't good enough to show this. It's got, there's like a little rosette there with a crown.
Okay, I think they know pretty much what it is, in fact, David, don't they? I think the audience are quite impressed. Are you impressed?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay, this is the expert round. So I think they've done pretty well there. I mean, I'm hoping you're going to add a few
I mean,
points
Les
for
did well, but
Yeah.
then I knocked the point off because he got tried to be
because he's been clever.
Yeah,
He was being clever. He's a contestant. He's not an expert. We're the experts. It's our
Yes.
show. We can do
Yes.
what we like. We're the experts here, Les.
Apologies.
Thank you very much.
Apologies, David.
Deducting 2 points in actual fact. Right. Okay, hold that thought. Get your cards ready. David's going to ask you a question. And it's all to play for, actually, because we've got Les on 6 points and Sue on 7. How are you doing? Have you got more points than that? Right, what's the question?
Value, please.
He said collectible. He said she wasn't brilliant.
Scottish. Silver, well, silver's £16.20 an ounce at the moment.
Right, deduct a point.
I'm trying to get rid of all the points.
I'll tell you what, he's not coming back.
Everybody says that, David.
And yet you're here, Les.
Yeah, I know.
How does that happen?
Yeah, but he won't be coming back.
No, definitely not, yeah. So you can come back any time because, because you make us look good.
Cheers.
Right, what was the question?
What's it worth?
What's it worth, Les? Hold your cards up. Still working on it.
£80.
£80. So,
200.
£200. David?
Les is closer.
Oh, what's it?
120.
I'm 120 down, crossed it out.
Okay,
I haven't awarded him a point because he got on my nerves there.
hang on a minute. I'm a bit confused. Doesn't he get?
Say this is a draw,
If he gets a point, it's a draw.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to.
You don't get. So basically, what you're saying
that was
is you
spot
want
on.
Sue to win.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. So at that final, give me the points. Who are you awarding points to, if anybody?
No one there.
No one.
Les
Okay.
should have got one, but he annoyed me. So
Okay. Here we go. The final scores are Les on 6 points and Sue, the winner, on 7 points.
Call the police. I was mugged. I've been mugged. Get the police, I've been mugged.
I'm pleased with that. Well done, David. Okay. Right, now everybody, here is your question for you to win. Yes, the very special one of its kind mug. And I'm also going to throw in one of my history books as well. So write your answers in the comments section and David and I will pick a winner wherever you are in the world. So what shall the question be? The Lalique vase. We were talking about that earlier on. The question to you is this. When René Lalique died, Lalique, the factory, dropped the R from the signature. So after René Lalique's death, it just became marked Lalique. In what year did René Lalique die? Put your answers in the comment section and you could be winning something very special. And don't forget, if you want to appear on Getting It Right with David Elstob and I, let us know in the comments why we should have you on the show and would you be better than Les and Sue? Let us know. And David, the winner of today's show goes home with something very special indeed. What is it?
Very special. I know it's just what she always wanted.
Okay, what is it? Let's have a look. Thank you very much.
There you go.
What is it, David?
A Chinese snuff bottle.
Oh.
Very nice one. It is a 19th century one as well. So nice little thing.
Okay, what's that worth, David?
£40.
£40, and it's all
Thank
for
you.
you, Sue. Give her a round of
Thank
applause.
you.
Hasn't she done well? And wasn't Les rubbish? Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheerio.